Hippocrates, 2,500 years ago, said all disease begins in the gut. Now, he didn't have the Human Microbiome Project. He didn't have genetic mapping. He didn't have anything. But he knew 2,500 years ago, and I agree with him, that all disease begins in the gut. And I think that all disease can be reversed in the gut. And so we used to just think, when I went to medical school, we had maybe an hour class on nutrition. And nutrition was, okay, there's carbohydrates, sugars, there's fats, and there's protein. And your digestive system is just a tube where you swallow, you absorb sugars, proteins, and fats. And that's all it does. And the stuff coming out your rear end are a few bacteria and a bunch of crap. And we didn't know that, in fact, almost everything that happens to us is based on these 100 trillion microorganisms in this tropical rainforest in our gut that actually determines our fate, determines the fate of our brain, of our heart. You choose the organ, they determine our fate. And intelligent humans don't like the idea that little one-cell organisms could have such control over us. But 90% of all the cells in our body are non-human. 99% of all the genetic material in our body is non-human. So it actually makes incredible sense that most of what's going to happen to us is controlled by non-humans.
Yeah.
And the more we come to grips with the fact that we're this incredibly wonderful symbiotic organism who our fate depends on their fate and what we feed them, it's a lot easier to go through life enjoying yourself.
Exactly. And is there any question that you keep asking yourself on a daily basis that you have not been able to answer yet?
Oh, yeah. If I didn't have a question and thought I had all the answers, I'd quit tomorrow and hang up. And the great expression, the more I learn, the less I know. And I think that's what gets me up every morning. My patients teach me something new every day, that either I didn't know the answer to, or they had found something. And I'm writing my new book, The Energy Paradox, and the amount I didn't know about how our gut microbiome affects our energy production just boggles my mind. I go, holy cow, why didn't I know that? It's so obvious. But yeah, so hopefully I'll never know enough.
What's the one question that stands out to you the most?
The one question. So, why are we here? And believe it or not, in scientific circles, we may only be here to move an electron from one level of charge to another. And it may be that all of life comes just from moving electrons in our mitochondria from one level of charge to another. And if that's all it is, that's okay, because I am going to tell people how to move electrons from one level to another. And if you focus on that, you might be able to move electrons for a very long time.